Welcome, beloved soul. Come gently into this sacred space of peace and light. You have not arrived here by accident. Heaven has guided your heart to receive this message today. And I say to you softly, listen with your spirit, because the angels are whispering something holy, something chosen, something meant just for you. This is about someone heaven has handpicked. Yes, there is someone on your path who has been chosen for a higher purpose, not chosen by the world, but chosen by God, and the signs are already around you. If you will learn to see with your soul, this person is not just another face in the crowd. They carry a light that doesn't flicker with trends or noise. They are set apart, not because they are perfect, but because their heart has been marked by God's intention. They may not even know it fully yet. But you are beginning to see. Your spirit has noticed their presence, not because of how they speak or move or try to be seen, but because of how they still your heart. Something about them feels like home and heaven at once. Something about them draws you closer to the Father's voice. And here is the truth that angels are now whispering. This person's life is not ordinary. They were sent to walk a path that matters to God's kingdom. And you are not only witnessing it, you are being invited into it. You are being invited to walk beside someone chosen. Not for your own comfort, but for God's plan. This may not look romantic at first. It may not feel easy or obvious. But it will feel holy. It will feel sacred. Because when God appoints a connection, it is always tied to divine timing, and a thus is when God appoints a connection, it is always tied to divine timing. Divine purpose. You may sense their strength, even in their weakness. You may notice their devotion, even in silence. And you may feel a peace around them that is not of this world. The reason you've been drawn to them is because heaven is drawing you both, not just to each other, but toward the purpose behind the meeting. Pause with me now. Take a breath. Let your heart feel this truth, the connection you're discerning. It is not just about companionship. It is about divine alignment. You see, heaven doesn't pair people just for romance or joy. Heaven pairs people for impact, for healing, for restoration, for something greater than either could do alone. The angels say, this person has been carrying a call, and your soul, perhaps tired, perhaps hopeful, is hearing it echo. You feel it not just in your emotions, but in the quiet knowing deep within. This isn't a coincidence. It is a divine whisper. And if this message is resonating with your spirit, I invite you to honor that inner stirring. Beloved, take a moment here. If this message is comforting your heart or guiding your thoughts, please gently support this peaceful channel. You can do so by subscribing, by sharing this word with someone who needs to feel God's presence, or by offering us super thanks to help us keep creating sacred, soul-soothing messages like this one. Every gesture helps this light reach another weary soul. Now, return to stillness. Let's go deeper. This chosen person. They have been through fire. Not everyone sees it, but you do. You see the quiet grief behind their kindness. You notice how they offer peace, even when they're healing too. This is the mark of someone God has refined. They've walked valleys not to stay there, but to rise with compassion that only pain can teach. Their strength isn't loud. It's steady. It's rooted in surrender. And whether they speak much or little, their spirit speaks loudly to yours. This is what makes them chosen. Not perfection, but preparation. God has been shaping their heart, just as He has been shaping yours. And now, heaven is aligning the two, not for possession, but for purpose. So ask yourself gently, when you are near them, do you feel more aware of God? Do you feel more like the version of yourself that's been buried beneath fear? Do you feel reminded of who you were born to be? These are sacred signs, because the right person will not pull you away from God. They will magnetize you toward Him. They won't try to be your purpose. They will walk with you into purpose. They will speak life into your faith. They will pray with you, even when the answers feel far. They won't be perfect, but they will be present. Present in a way that feels like heaven is saying, I see you, and perhaps, beloved, heaven is saying to you now, I am sending someone who carries my mark. They may be unexpected, but they are mine. Don't rush this. Don't try to define it too quickly. Let it unfold as God ordains. Let the angels guide it softly, because what is born in the Spirit cannot be forced in the flesh. Stay open. Stay listening. And stay prayerful. And if you are still here, still listening with your heart wide open, know this, the angels are near you right now. They are confirming what your soul already knows. There is someone chosen. And they are not far. Their path is intertwining with yours. Not for chaos, but for clarity. Not for distraction, but for direction. Not for fantasy, but for faith. You are not imagining this stirring. You are not overthinking. You are being awakened. And if this word has gently stirred something inside your soul, leave a comment below with your reflection or your prayer. Your words may become the light someone else needed to read today. And if you'd like to support these messages continuing, a humble super thanks would be deeply appreciated. It helps us reach more souls longing for peace, and keeps this spiritual space alive with God's gentle truth. We're walking this journey together, step by step, breath by breath, with the Spirit leading us forward. In the next part of this message, we will go deeper into the signs, the confirmations heaven places around you to reveal who this chosen one is, and how you'll know when the time is right to walk with them. Until then, be still, be blessed, and believe. Heaven is already moving. Welcome back, beloved soul. Come close again. Let the noise of the day fall away. Let your spirit return to this sacred space of calm, where the voice of heaven speaks softly but surely. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. You are being watched over by eyes that never sleep, and the angels are still whispering. They are guiding your heart gently toward what you were meant to recognize all along. Someone has been chosen by heaven, and your life is being positioned to encounter them more clearly now, not by chance, not by human calculation, but by God's divine design. This person is not here to impress you. They are here to bless you, and even more, to build something with you, something eternal, something rooted in God's will and not the world's expectations. Let's talk now about the signs. The way heaven confirms what your soul is beginning to sense. You see, when someone is chosen by heaven for a higher purpose, they will carry fruits, not just feelings. Pay attention to what grows around them: peace, wisdom, clarity, conviction, faith. Even if their life isn't loud, even if their walk has been quiet and hidden, there is a presence around them that is unmistakable. You'll find that when you speak with them. You aren't drained, you are refreshed. You aren't left confused, you are steadied. Not because they have all the answers, but because God is speaking through their life. Their very being is like a parable, and your spirit is being invited to read between the lines. The Holy Spirit will begin to nudge you. Pay attention to their gentleness, to their endurance, to how they handle pain with grace. They may not shout their purpose, but they live it. Quietly, faithfully. That's how heaven marks someone for something greater. Now let me speak something into your heart directly. Don't expect their life to be perfect. Don't expect them to never struggle or stumble. God's chosen are not shielded from trials, they are shaped by them. If you're waiting for someone polished, you might miss someone pure. God is not interested in outward appearances. He's looking at heart posture. And so should you. So ask yourself gently, do they honor God even when no one is watching? Do they uplift others without needing credit? Do they stay rooted when storms come? Then heaven is whispering, yes, this one. This is one I've chosen. And beloved, you must also be prepared. Because if God is sending someone chosen, it means you are being chosen to. Not just to receive, but to serve. Not just to be seen, but to be refined. Not just to love, but to carry purpose together. The angels are revealing this because your season of clarity is approaching. You've wandered. You've wondered. You've been misled by temporary comforts. But now God is aligning you with something sacred, something lasting, something heaven back. This is not an easy road, but it is a holy one. It will require surrender, trust, and time. Do not fear the unknown. God's chosen ones are never left unguided. Heaven always provides confirmation when your heart is ready to hear it, and sometimes the confirmation will come quietly. In the way your heart rests when they speak, in the way your spirit leans toward them, even in silence. Sometimes it will be in the alignment of your journeys. Two paths, once separate, now bending toward a single purpose. You may find that your dreams are strangely similar, your wounds strangely familiar, your calling strangely complementary. These are holy clues, not for obsession, but for awareness. Because when you know what you carry, you begin to recognize what others carry too. Let your soul breathe here. Let this truth wash over you. You are being aligned with someone who carries kingdom weight. You are being entrusted with a sacred companionship, and the Spirit will continue guiding your steps. If this message is reaching into your heart, if something deep inside you feels seen and strengthened, I invite you gently now, subscribe to this peaceful space, that you may continue walking in this light with us. And if your heart feels moved, leave a comment with your reflection or prayer request. Your words matter. Your presence matters. This community is built for souls like yours. If you feel led, a super thanks is a humble way to help this message reach more hearts and keep this gentle light burning on. Every offering helps share God's whisper with another weary soul. Now return to quiet. Return to stillness. Let's go deeper still. The one chosen by heaven is not coming to complete you. They are coming to partner with you. Together, you will walk into healing, into clarity, into ministry, into the kind of love that reflects the Father's heart. Your union will not be driven by need, but by mission. Not built on appearances, but on alignment. They will see your potential, not just your past. And you will see their spirit, not just their story. You may meet them in an ordinary moment, but your spirit will recognize that this is no ordinary soul. There will be peace. There will be purpose. And yes, there will be pruning, because anything heaven-breathed must be protected. It must be steward. That this person may challenge you. They may speak hard truths in love. They may walk through seasons of refinement right alongside you, but in it all, they will not walk away from God, and they will not walk away from the call. This is the one heaven has been preparing for you, and perhaps you are the one heaven has been preparing for them. Let that sink in. You are not an afterthought. You are not late. You are not missing your moment. You are being readied for something sacred. And heaven is still guiding every step. Breathe, trust, and rest. The person you're sensing, the connection you've been praying over, it is not random. It is holy. And in the final part of this message, we will walk together into what to do with this knowing, how to wait, how to move, how to walk faithfully with what God is revealing. If this word is speaking to your heart, please share it with someone who may need the peace of God today. Let them hear the whisper, and if you feel blessed by this message, a super thanks helps us continue pouring out these spirit-led messages for souls like yours. With every gift, this peaceful light reaches farther. Until then, wait with wonder, walk with wisdom, and listen. Because the angels are still whispering. Heaven is closer than you think. And the one chosen for you may already be walking your way. Welcome back, precious soul. You have stayed with this message for a reason. Not everyone is called to receive what heaven is revealing now. But you are being prepared. And the angels are still whispering this message. It is not just about recognizing someone chosen. It is about becoming the kind of soul that can carry what heaven is entrusting you with. So let's speak heart to heart now, with quiet, reverent truth. You are being called into alignment, into purpose, into partnership. And the person God is preparing you to walk with is not a reward. They are a responsibility, not a possession, but a part of your kingdom path. God does not send a soul into your life for emotional comfort alone. He sends someone when the mission needs to. Is why your discernment must come from the Spirit, not from fear. This is why your heart must be led, not pulled. Why your next step must be anchored in prayer, not pressure. So let us ask gently now. What do you do when you believe someone has been chosen by heaven for a higher purpose? How do you move forward without controlling, rushing, or doubting what God is doing behind the scenes? Here is the sacred answer. You wait well. You walk humbly. You trust completely. If God is in it, He will confirm it. Not once, but again and again, through peace, through fruit, through quiet knowing. You will not have to chase it. You will not have to fear it. You will not have to manipulate it. What God has ordained, He will sustain. And what He is aligning, He will reveal in His perfect time. It's okay to not have all the answers right now. It's okay to feel unsure at times. It's okay to ask for clarity, so long as you remain surrendered to the one who sees the full picture. Because the truth is, this connection isn't just about them. It's about you, who you are becoming, who God is refining you to be. You may be praying for a chosen one to recognize you, but heaven may be using this very season to make you ready to be recognized. So don't just prepare your heart for them. Prepare your heart for God. Draw near. Lay aside what doesn't serve your spirit. Quiet the distractions, so you can hear the whisper more clearly. Beloved, this journey is sacred. Not always simple, not always quick, but always holy. You are being invited into something that stretches beyond you. It may change the course of your destiny. It may birth ministries, heal generational wounds, or bring life to places long dry. That's what happens when two chosen ones come together. And if you're here still listening, still holding space for this sacred word, I know your heart is soft toward the Spirit. I know you are willing. So let me speak directly to your soul once more. You do not need to force anything. Heaven's chosen will recognize you in God's time, and your only task is to remain faithful. Keep doing the inner work. Keep praying over your future. Keep saying yes to what God is calling you to release. Keep saying yes to what God is calling you to carry. Because if you are aligned with God, then what is meant for you will never require you to betray your peace. And if the person you sense has been chosen by heaven, then you must also let them walk their journey with God too. You don't need to convince them. You don't need to awaken them. Let the Spirit do what only the Spirit can do. Trust this. When the time is right, they will see what God has hidden. In plain sight, they will see you. And more importantly, they will see God in you. That is when heaven moves. That is when the sacred unfolds. That is when purpose ignites. And I know, waiting can feel like silence. But often, silence is the sound of heaven building something holy. So rest in this truth. What is truly chosen by God is never lost, never wasted, never missed. And if today's message is giving you peace, if it's helping you see more clearly, feel more deeply, or trust more fully, would you pause and bless this space with your presence? Subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss these peaceful words sent to guide your spirit. Leave a comment with your prayer, your reflection, or the name of the one you're praying over, And if you feel called, your super thanks is a sacred act of support, helping this message reach souls who are still searching for the whisper of heaven. We are building something eternal here. One soft word at a time. One listening heart at a time. So come close again. Breathe. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are beloved. You are seen. You are walking into something prepared long before you were born. The one chosen by heaven for a higher purpose. They are not just a possibility. They are a promise unfolding in divine time. A promise that reflects the beauty of God's plans. So wait with hope, love with courage, and listen always. Listen to the whisper of the Spirit, because when it's from God, it doesn't just enter your life, it enters your soul, and it leaves behind a peace that no one can steal. Stay faithful. Stay soft. Stay surrendered. Heaven is still moving. And the story is just beginning. You are being led. And so are they. In the quiet of prayer, in the beauty of trust, in the unfolding of God's holy will, you will meet them. Not just face to face, but purpose to purpose, spirit to spirit, kingdom to kingdom. And when you do, you will know. Because the peace will be louder than the fear. The presence will feel like home. And the whisper will no longer be a question, but a confirmation. Amen. And so it is. You are not alone. And you are not without guidance. You are deeply loved. Let this word continue to rest in your spirit. And return to it whenever you need to be reminded that heaven is still speaking. And you are still being led. Welcome again, dearest soul. It is no small thing that you've come this far. Many turn away when the answers don't come quickly. But you have stayed. You have listened. You are ready to receive more. So come in closer now. Breathe slowly. Let your spirit settle. Let every thought soften, because the angels are still speaking. And heaven is still revealing. The person chosen by heaven for a higher purpose is not just someone you recognize. They are someone God is using to recognize you. Yes, God uses people to help us see what we've forgotten in ourselves. He uses relationships not just to bring comfort, but to awaken calling. So pause for a moment. Ask yourself, what if this person is showing up in your life not only because you need them, but because they need you? You see, heavenly alignment is not one-sided. It's not just about what they bring into your life. It's about what your life activates in them. This is the beauty of divine timing. Two journeys shaped in secret, now standing at the threshold of something sacred. Perhaps you've noticed this already. When you are near them, something inside you rises. Not just your emotions, but your vision, your faith, your purpose. And maybe, just maybe, when they are near you, they feel the same, a deep pull. A sense of holy remembering, not of the past, but of the calling. And here's what the angels want you to hear now. Your presence is part of their assignment. And their presence is part of yours. But what you're both walking into cannot be rushed. The soil must be right. The heart must be open. And the spirit must be leading. This is why, sometimes, there is a delay. Not to discourage you, but to develop you. God isn't keeping this person from you. He's keeping you both in Him. Because if either of you are not yet rooted, the connection will not grow as heaven intends. So let me speak gently into your spirit. Wait with purpose. Don't wait passively, longing for someone to arrive. Wait actively, becoming the one who reflects God clearly when they do. Is preparation. Every prayer, every refining, every surrender, it is shaping you to carry love the way God designed it. Not a love that clings, but a love that covers. Not a love that demands, but a love that discerns. Not a love that fears, but a love that frees. And the person chosen by heaven for you will be able to recognize this kind of love because they too have been learning how to give it. Let's be honest for a moment. Sometimes your spirit knows who this person is, but their spirit hasn't caught up yet, and that's okay. Don't force clarity. Don't force awakening. Let your prayers become their atmosphere. Let your peace become their sign. Let your surrender become your protection, because when you entrust it all to God, He begins to do the work you never could. If you've been blessed by this unfolding message, take a moment now to rest in gratitude, and if you feel led, subscribe to this peaceful space so you never miss a whisper Heaven wants you to hear. Leave a comment with your reflections, your hopes, or even your heartache. This community was made to carry each other gently. And if this message has truly spoken to your soul, a super thanks helps this sacred channel continue. It's not just a gift, it's a seed sown into a space that speaks life into thousands of hearts. Now let's go deeper still, because the journey of two chosen souls doesn't end in recognition. It leads to refinement. When you finally walk beside the one heaven has aligned for you, do not expect constant ease. Expect constant growth. There will be things in you that only they will awaken. And there will be things in them that only your love will heal. But this is how the kingdom is built. Not through perfection, but through holy partnership. You will learn how to pray through storms together. You will learn how to worship through uncertainty. You will learn how to wait without wandering. And you will come to know that the presence of God is the third strand holding everything in place. So don't ask, is this the one? Ask, is this drawing me closer to God? Because heaven will never send someone who leads you into confusion and chaos. The right one will reflect God's pace, God's tone, God's timing. And even in challenge, there will be confirmation. It will come through stillness, not striving. Through peace, not pressure. And even if there are delays, they will not distract you from your purpose. They will deepen your trust in it. So be patient, be anchored, be open to what heaven may be whispering next. And remember, just because you see it before they do, doesn't mean God isn't working. Sometimes, God lets you carry the vision so you can pray it into life. That's the mark of the spiritually mature. That's the weight of being chosen. You are not here to chase. You are here to pray, to prepare, to trust. So let your love be the kind that points to Jesus. Let your faith be louder than your fear. Let your joy be rooted in God, not in their response. Because if it's meant to be, it will not pass you by. God will not allow what is eternal to be taken by temporary confusion. If you're still here, still soaking in this holy word, please share this video with someone else who is walking the waiting. Let them feel the peace that is surrounding you now. And if your heart feels moved, a super thanks is your way of saying, yes, let this message continue reaching the souls it was made for. Together we are part of something bigger. A quiet movement of heaven on earth, one whisper at a time. And now, beloved, as this part comes to a close, know this: your faith is not in vain. Your waiting is not empty. Your prayers are not being ignored. The one chosen for you is real, not perfect, not finished, but real. And they are being drawn, not by your words, not by your effort, but by the Spirit that binds you both in something higher. So keep walking, keep trusting, keep believing. Heaven is still whispering, and your heart is still being made ready to receive something sacred. Something only God could orchestrate. And when the moment comes, you will not be confused. You will not be anxious. You will not feel like you have to chase. You will know. Because heaven never stirs the soul without preparing a place for it to rest. Amen. And so it is. Welcome again, beloved soul. You are walking deep into sacred waters now. Each part of this journey has been a soft unfolding, a divine drawing closer to the truth your spirit has always carried. So come, gently. Come as you are, weary or hopeful, uncertain or filled with faith, because heaven welcomes you just the same. The angels are still near. The whisper has not ceased. and the one chosen by heaven. Their presence in your life is not a coincidence. By now, you may have begun to sense it more clearly, the way their name rests in your prayers, the way your heart stirs when you see their growth, the way their life seems to mirror something deeper within your own journey. This is not fantasy. This is not mere attachment. This is what happens when two lives begin to echo the voice of God, separately, yet in divine rhythm. And now, dear soul, we must speak of something even more sacred. Spiritual agreement. You see, even when someone is chosen, even when heaven has whispered their name in your spirit, there must still be alignment, not just of hearts, but of heaven's timing. Because it is not enough for two people to love each other. They must be willing to love God. Together, that is where the power lies. That is where the protection is. That is where heaven breathes purpose into love. And spiritual agreement cannot be forced. It cannot be faked. It cannot be substituted by chemistry or shared interests. It is a harmony of calling, of values, of devotion to the Most High. So, ask yourself with humility and faith, does this person truly love God? Do they seek His will? Do they desire His presence more than your attention? These are holy questions. Not to judge, but to discern. Because God does not just send people to awaken desire. He sends people to awaken destiny, and the one chosen. For you, the one set apart by heaven, will not pull you into confusion. They will call you into clarity, even if they're not fully aware of it yet. Their walk will point your soul upward. They will challenge you to grow. They will invite you to go deeper in God. And without even trying, they will mirror parts of you that God is still healing. This is not by accident. This is intentional refinement, because two chosen people are not sent to complete each other. They are sent to consecrate the path they walk together. And that takes maturity. That takes obedience. That takes humility. So if you're here now, wondering, how do I hold this love? How do I wait without fear? The answer is gentle but firm. You hold it with open hands. You trust that if this is truly heaven's doing, it cannot be undone by man. You release the desire to control. You surrender your timeline. And you stay faithful to the preparation, not just the promise, because God's chosen unions are not rushed into. They are revealed when both hearts are ready. And even if their heart isn't ready today, that does not mean it never will be. That is why you wait with grace. That is why you pray with hope. That is why you rest in God's sovereignty. Let this be your peace. God has not forgotten your heart. God has not overlooked your prayers. God has not teased your spirit with false hope. He is simply aligning what must be aligned. And beloved, if this message is still resonating with your soul, please take a moment now to stay connected. Subscribe for more soft, spirit-led guidance, so you never walk this road alone. And if your heart has been blessed, a comment below may speak life into someone else's spirit today. Whether it's a prayer, a question, or a simple amen, your voice is part of this sacred space. And if you feel led to offer a super thanks, know it supports the continued pouring of messages like this, helping us reach those who long for the peace you're feeling now. Now, come back into stillness. Let's speak softly about another truth, one that few understand until they've been broken and rebuilt by love. Sometimes, the one chosen for you is not ready yet because you are still being refined. Yes, this is hard to hear. But sometimes God withholds what is holy, so it is not harmed by what is still healing. That doesn't mean you're not enough. It doesn't mean they're not worthy. It means that heaven values what's being built and wants it to last. So, if you're in a season of distance, if the one your heart prays for feels far or unsure, let your heart rest in this. God is not done writing. And if He has whispered to your soul that this person is part of your purpose, He will confirm it. Again, with peace, with signs, with soft clarity that cannot be shaken by silence. Don't panic in the quiet. God does his deepest work there. And sometimes, the one chosen by heaven needs time to see you spiritually. Not for your beauty, not for your kindness, but for the oil you carry, the prayers you've sown, the calling on your life. And when they finally see it, it will be undeniable, because what is truly chosen by heaven cannot be unseen once it is revealed by the Spirit. So continue becoming, continue obeying, continue loving without losing your peace. The love that is ordained by God will not make you strive endlessly. It will invite you to rest faithfully. And when it's time, your lives will speak the same language, the language of purpose, the language of worship, the language of trust. If you are still here, still being blessed by this word, please consider sharing it with someone who is waiting like you, someone whose heart is heavy, who needs a gentle reminder that they are not forgotten. And if you feel led to support, a super thanks keeps this spiritual space alive so that others may be comforted the way you are now. You are part of something holy, a quiet move of God that stretches across hearts and continents, a whisper of heaven that becomes a wave of healing when we walk together in faith. So be encouraged, dear soul. The wait is not wasted. The silence is not empty. And the love being prepared for you is real. In the next part, we will go even deeper into how to spiritually prepare for what is about to enter your life. You will not be unready when the moment comes. You will be rooted. You will be radiant. You will be led, because when the chosen one comes near, you won't need signs to hold you up. Your soul will already be standing. Until then, stay soft, stay sacred, stay surrendered. Heaven is still whispering, and the best is yet to be revealed. Welcome once again, beloved soul. This is the final part of a sacred message you were never meant to hear all at once, but in divine timing. Just like everything God appoints, you have come far. You've listened with your spirit. You've opened your heart. And now we bring the message to rest, not with an ending, but with a deepened beginning. Because when heaven chooses someone for your path, it's never only about recognition. It's about preparation. The angels are still whispering, not with urgency, but with holy assurance. And this is what they're saying now. Your season of confirmation is near. The stirring in your soul, the patterns you've seen, the dreams you've held quietly in prayer, the connection you've wondered if heaven would bless. It's not imaginary. It is divinely orchestrated. And now you must get ready. Ready not to impress, not to convince, but to receive. To receive the one God has chosen, in full surrender, with spiritual maturity, and with a heart that knows how to protect what is sacred. So let us speak softly now of what it means to walk well with someone heaven has appointed. First, you must be rooted in your identity, not in them, but in Him. Because when you walk with someone chosen by heaven, you cannot afford to forget who you are. You must walk in clarity, in confidence that is quiet, in courage that listens to God. First, this is how the enemy is disarmed before he even begins. You don't need to chase their attention. You were sent to carry light beside them. You don't need to be loud about your love. The Spirit will confirm it in stillness, because a union ordained by heaven will feel like something being revealed, not something being forced. You will feel your soul resting into alignment, not shrinking in confusion. And if they are truly the one God has set apart, they will recognize you too, in prayer, in time, in the quiet conviction only heaven can place inside the heart. So what do you do until then? You become the answer to your own prayers. You walk in your calling. You water your own spirit. You serve in love. You sow peace, because when you carry the oil of obedience, your presence becomes a signal, not to the world, but to the one God has chosen to walk beside you. And when they see you, they won't just see beauty. They'll see anointing. They'll see alignment. They'll see the missing piece of their purpose, Because heaven connects hearts not by appearance, but by assignment. That's why you've had to go through the pruning. That's why it took longer than you expected. That's why God pulled you aside, even when you were ready to be seen. Because when something is this sacred, it must be protected. The enemy tries hardest to delay divine unions, not because of romance, but because of impact. Two chosen ones walking together in obedience. Shake the atmosphere, break generational curses, create safe spaces for healing and truth. This is why it has taken so much surrender, so much waiting, so much quiet trust. But now, your heart knows the difference between excitement and peace, between fantasy and fruit, between a spark and a covenant. And now you are ready to walk wisely, without panic, without clinging, without losing yourself in the idea of another, because your roots are in God, and your soul is grounded in truth. Let this next truth settle into your heart. You do not have to fight for what heaven is giving. You only need to receive it well. So if they come into your life quietly, do not ignore the soft confirmations. If they return after a season away, do not rush to define it. Let God speak first. If they are hesitant, let your peace become their invitation, not your fear, not your pressure, your peace. Because the one chosen by heaven will not run from peace. They will recognize it. They will come to rest in it. And when you are both ready, the connection will not need convincing. It will flow with reverence. With prayer, with patience, with purpose. You will both be willing to wait on God, not on emotion. You will both be ready to build slowly, not to rush what's meant to last. This is how divine partnership feels. Not perfect, but peaceful, not easy, but anchored. So prepare your spirit to be a safe place for the one God is preparing. Pray for them. Even when you don't know what they're walking through, pray for yourself, that you remain steady and surrendered, because when the moment comes, you won't be shaken. You'll be ready. If this message has stirred your soul, if it has helped you sit with peace and not fear, you are invited to stay connected to this sacred space. Subscribe to receive more messages like this, so your journey is filled with light and wisdom. And if this word has truly spoken to your spirit, leave a comment with your prayer or your story. You never know who will read it and feel seen and healed and held. And if you feel called to support, a super thanks is not just a donation, it's a light sent forward. It helps this sacred message reach more souls who are waiting on love from heaven, but don't yet know how to hear the whisper. You are a part of this, not just a listener, but a soul builder, a bringer of peace. And now, beloved, as we close this 6-part message, let me leave you with one final truth. The one chosen for you is not coming to complete you. They are coming to walk with you through valleys, through callings, through the building of something eternal. And when they come, you will know, not because it's loud, but because the whisper in your spirit will finally sound like home. You won't have to guess. You'll simply rest. In their presence, in their prayers, in their partnership, because they will not just carry your heart, they will carry your purpose. Heaven is not guessing. God is not delayed. You are not lost. You are being led into something holy, into something that will outlast the storms, into love that reflects the glory of the one who made it. Amen. And so it is. You are chosen. You are seen. You are loved. And the one who has been chosen for you will arrive when God has written it to be so. In purpose, in peace, in perfect time. Stay close to the whisper, and you will never miss the blessing.